And as he lay there, again, he hears something circling the camp. Today's episode of Nite Terrors is called Watcher in the Woods. A family with military ties were reassigned to Barksdale Air Force Base in Bossier City, Louisiana in 2016. This family loved to go on poker runs in their heavily modified Jeep and go off-roading. It was their family time and their 2 kids loved it. Now, the family hadn't been in town long and they were looking for places to go off-roading when they met another family who was into the same hobby. The other family knew of an area to go off-roading and camping around Mena, Arkansas. But the camp was way back, and only the toughest of 4-wheel drive could make it. Colby told the man, challenge accepted. Both families set out on the trip and drove to the area. They had a lot of fun off-roading that Friday, but left plenty of time to negotiate the tough Jeep trail 2 miles long to the remote campsite. Colby began setting up camp in a small clearing, just big enough for the 2 camps, and for some reason, he felt really uneasy, like he was being watched. He shook it off and continued with the chores while watching the kids play. After winding down, everyone went to bed, and as he laid there, he began hearing something walking around their camp in the wood line just a little ways in. He dismissed it as just an animal, but laid there listening to it circle the camp for most of the night. The next day was Saturday, and they all piled into their Jeep in search of the day's adventures of off-roading, sightseeing, and just goofing off. Upon returning to their remote camp area and while enjoying the last few rays of sun, Colby got that unsettling feeling again, that they were being watched. No one else seemed to be bothered by it, so he kept it to himself. Being exhausted, everyone had decided to go to bed pretty early that night. And as he lay there, again, he hears something circling the camp. But this time, it's close. He repositioned himself facing the tent door with the door open and the light in his hand. When he heard it walking, he would lift his head and shine the light trying to catch it. This went on for hours. Finally, he quit turning on the light and he would just lift his head and the walking would stop. Then, while listening to it walk, he just twitched his head without lifting it, and it would still stop. And then he realized it wasn't just walking in the woods, but it could see him, and it was responding to his movements intelligently. The next morning, the families broke camp. Colby was still a bit freaked out and definitely exhausted, but he hurriedly packed and got out of there. A day or 2 after returning, a work colleague asked him how the trip went, and he recounted all that had happened. The colleague half-jokingly said, "Perhaps it was Bigfoot," and Colby scoffed and retorted, "Those things aren't real, right?" What do you think it was? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any new Nite Terrors. And if you want another Nite Terrors every week, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/nightcallers and become an official Night Crawlers member. In addition to an extra Nite Terrors every week, you will get bonus interviews throughout the month, exclusive content, and exclusive Q&A sessions. So go sign up now and message me if you have any questions. That's all I have for this week. Stay safe, be kind, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Nite Terrors. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button and drop a comment below. And don't forget to click the link in the description to send in your encounter story to be featured on an episode of Nite Terrors. Also, you can see what else is going on in the Night Callers world. Thank you, everybody.